Today we're making a very beautiful French onion dip. You can forget the store-bought. This is easy, this is perfect. Skip all those ingredients on the back of the containers, make it fresh, and it's delicious. So thank you for joining me. Let's get started. So we are starting on our caramelized onion dip. And if you're like me and you're trying to bring in more vegetables into your life, having some amazing dips that are not like the ingredients that we just saw before this, it's so easy to do that as I get older, eating some of those chemicals and ingredients that I don't even know what they are. Okay, this is just telling me we just need to make our own. I'm not for sure what is going on. Microcrystalline potassium sorbate. This sounds like floor cleaner. We're making our own. They just don't even sound appetizing after I read the ingredient list. So to make a caramelized onion dip that is just crave worthy, you just need onions, onion powder, garlic, salt and pepper, and oil. At the end, we'll add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. We're going to put a little balsamic while they cook in the oven, but it's the easiest thing. It's very adult. Ripping open a container of dip. I just probably wouldn't do that anymore because I don't eat that way. But I know that I have to have things to go with my crunchy vegetables when I have a hankering for something crunchy. And you want to slice these thin. We can cut them up smaller once they roast, but I want it to look very beautiful, so I don't want it to look, chopped up like little pencil erasers. I want it to have kind of a nice look, so then when you put it on a sandwich or you use it as a dip or a spread on a pita and add some garbanzos or some cannellini beans and make a sandwich, you want your food to look very appetizing. Always, always a goal. Okay, we're going to put in here. I kind of love cooking with big root vegetables. They deliver such beautiful flavor and very good properties for your body. You want a good short read about what is in onions and garlic. That is amazing for your body. And now we're going to just add the oil. I had to turn the camera off for a second. It does get to your eyes. Oh, this is going to make them roasty, toasty tasting. So we do want some oil on them. That's going to add some flavor. So I probably used 1.5 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to give it a little shot just so I can make sure that I've covered the bottom, so when I go in there with a spatula I can move everybody around. In about 20 minutes I'll be checking on these. I could have added the balsamic in the bowl, or I can just add it now, but it does take a couple tablespoons of balsamic, and we're just going to put that over it as well. And that helps caramelize, give it kind of a little bit of an acid, give it a little bit of color too. Oh, beautiful. Gosh, you could use these on, before they went in the dip, you could use these on salad. You could use them on a sandwich. Keep them in a tub. Just do what you want with them. Okay, in the oven they go. Those look delicious. Ready to come out. Okay, I've just grabbed the onions, and that is the caramelization that occurs due to the balsamic. So I am going to let those rest before we make our dip. Our onions are done and they have rested. So now we're going to cut them up and combine them with our sour cream, our mayonnaise, and I grabbed a little thyme from my brother's garden and some fresh parsley or whatever herbs you have in Worcestershire. So let's put these here. Now this is from 2 large onions and it is beautiful. And I just want to cut, you know, in sizes that if you get it on your, sometimes a stringy one, I can do without them. And we're going to make the dip first because when we add the onions, it will color the sour cream. So we want to be delicate. We want this to look very gorgeous as well. Okay, we take 1 pound, 16 ounces of your favorite sour cream. You can use low fat if you'd like. You can use Greek yogurt, up to you. Greek yogurt would give it a nice, beautiful sour taste. So we're going to put that in there. And we're going to put in our 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. It's going to make a lot of dip, so hopefully you've got a football party, or you've got people coming over, or you've got some nights by yourself, just relaxing and having some dip. Now, some people like to add just a little cream cheese. I am a purist. This is like a flavor that reminds me of kind of the 70s and 80s. So I am a fan of just keeping it really nice and simple. Now we're going to put in a big pinch of salt, and you know, it calls for a teaspoon, but I always try and use less if I can. So, oh, my salt got with my pepper. So we can always add it, but we can't get it back out, right? And then the Worcestershire has a little salt too. So I just go light if I can. And then we've got a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I like a lot of pepper. And a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. Now we've already used a little bit of it. I'm just gonna measure in my hand. These are those flavors that you know. We want to match that flavor that you know and love. And then 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire. Now this is what you like to have. Whatever you like is up to you. So we're going to put in a teaspoon, and if it needs more, we're going to put in more. Okay, it does call for a chopped parsley, so we're going to just cut some of that up fine. It called for 1 to 2 tablespoons, and I did 1 to begin with. Okay, we're gonna kind of rip that off, give that a little mince. Okay, now we're just going to put those onions in there. Like I said, this is beautiful on crackers. It's a spread. It can be used in so many wonderful ways. And I'm just going to stir it, bring it up from the bottom. I'm going to get that ready for some chips, I think. And we're just going to plate some in there. Gosh, is that beautiful. And I don't eat chips that often, but I wanted to try these. They're very pretty. They're like flowers. Absolutely delicious. I hope you try these and love it, and even give the chips a try. They're beautiful. So it's the next day, and this chip dip became even more beautiful, if that's possible. Not to mention the chips looking like flowers. But this dip is perfect. You can, of course, use it as dip with vegetable, whole wheat crackers. I'd put it on roasted vegetables. I'd put it in a pita, and I'd stuff in some beans or some meat and some veggies. It is delicious. But I want to thank you for joining me, and please like and subscribe. See you soon.